Spacey Sims, and we're back with more Hakuoki Edo Blossoms in Nagakora's route in Chapter 4. And we're kind of at, I guess, I would say the beginning of Chapter 4, like, maybe a third of the way through it, because, like, there's only 3 choices in each chapter, and we've already gotten 1, and he's probably gonna have Bloodlust right about now, but who knows, the chapter could be really long, it's the last one, so. And then we'll get our good ending, probably in this part. Unless this chapter's super long, I don't know, anyway. After giving himself a little more time to process the last hour or so, Nagakura spoke about his desire to rejoin the Sekio Corps in their fight. As soon as he decided to leave, Nagakura hastily stuffed his things back into his bag and scanned the hut for any remaining belongings.
Since we left unannounced, they haven't gotten any correspondence, so we gotta do something soon.
Well, we sort of left them without asking for permission. Are we going to be in trouble? Considering that entire days had passed since our rather churlish departure. Days? I thought you said weeks. Or at least a week. So it's been probably 2 weeks almost. Our original goal of reaching Yonezawa in a timely manner had become long expired. Under the wrong pretenses, our actions could have been deemed treason by desertion in a time of war, which was a charge with life-threatening consequences. We got sidetracked, we were fighting with Furies, and that's what happened. Because Nagakura served as the group's vice commander, could have been even worse.
I mean, let's be frank here. I think we could be walking into a hairy situation when we return.
If only we had some kind of excuse for having left them without asking for permission. I searched internally for any reasonable explanation, but Nagakura didn't seem fussed with details.
Well, they told us to head for Yonezawa, right? Why don't we go on and sink into where the rest of the troops in Yonezawa are supposed to be?
And slink into. Although I was hesitant to doubt Nagakura, there was too much at stake for us to risk our lives. Certainly Nagakura would be able to talk his way out of trouble, but we would have no idea until we actually arrived. I would seriously just say we were out investigating something, and we got attacked, and, like, whatever, and we ran, and, you know, blah, 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 and we were trying to end up back here. Like, we just ran. Like, we were out doing stuff, and then we disappeared, like, yeah, you know what I mean? Well, so we were out looking at the thing, and then this guy showed up with all these fucking, like, monsters that he called Furies, that those are the things that are eating corpses. They're, like, scary demon things. And then, you know, we got chased by them, and then we were trying to avoid them, and then everybody was gone, and so we tried to find it, but then we just kept getting into all these, like, scuffles. And, like, I mean, shit, man, it's taken us forever to get here. We didn't desert you, we just got lost. I don't have a map. Hello, Google Maps does not work in this motherfucking forest, assholes, okay? Jesus, I have no signal. You're all on 4G. I still have a flip phone, okay? I know you wouldn't have Google Maps on a flip phone, but I'm just... And there were no phones back in this day. That's why it's funny. Shut up. It was funny. Nagakura shut the hut's door behind him, and the two of us began marching in the direction of Yonezawa. The forest was thick, humid, and teeming with enough flora and fauna to provide appropriate cover for us to hide from the Imperial Army. It took days of traversing through untamed paths for us to arrive near our destination of the Yonezawa domain.
Help me!
A startling cry from a voice somewhere deep in the forest elicited a flinch from me.
Hey, are you a Yonezawa soldier? What happened? Our troop was ambushed by a group of horrible monsters. No matter what we threw at them, they just kept coming. Help, please! Everyone's dying!
Nagakura and I exchanged terrified looks.
Must be Furies, huh?
I fear so. Oh, we have to hurry. We must hurry. Just sounds a little too... We must hurry! My words were enough to urge Nagakura, who frantically sped through the forest. With the guidance of the Yonezawa soldier, we reached camp with no one to greet us. Bits of ripped tent and amenities were strewn across the grass. Nagakura and I immediately went to inspect the bodies splayed around the encampment.
Hey, you alright?
I gasped, realizing no one was breathing. Their skin was pale as snow, colored only by the bloodstains upon their lifeless corpses. Dozens of men were viciously murdered by Furies. A scattering of flayed limbs soaked blood into the forest floor, making me feel sick to my stomach.
Damn it! We were too late!
This is tragic. Was this Father's doing? Father was producing an army so massive that only through constant killing sprees could its collective bloodlust be satiated? I'd stop calling him father because he's like,
Well, I'm not your father.
you should be like, is this Kodo's doing? And they're like, who? Kodo who? Not my dad! Because as long as there were Furies, no, as long as father created Furies, this depravity would continue to ravage innocent people. Keeping his malevolent devices unchecked was a risk to the lives of every man, woman, and child in our country. As we reluctantly ventured deeper into the camp, we saw a familiar figure standing beside a dead campfire. He stepped his foot on a dying ember, staying silent as if in reverie for the lost souls hovering above camp. After a moment, he addressed Nagakura.
Wiped all the dust from your sword, have you? Of course. Tomorrow I'll strip the flesh from every Fury that heads to Yonezawa Castle. Care to join me? No. Let me handle this. It's my responsibility to destroy the Furies. All of them.
Amagiri curled his lips into a grin, seemingly taken aback by Nagakura's forwardness. I'm just... Hey, so since you're not going to use your Fury powers anymore, maybe you should get Amagiri's help. I think it would be, because I'm not gonna, and then you... Couldn't hurt. Just saying.
So, the Fury wants to fight Furies, eh? Someone wise once asked me the same thing.
I knew what Nagakura was mentioning immediately. He and Kondo had a similar conversation in Kofu. The difference now is that Nagakura experienced a lifetime of personal growth since that fateful day.
Yeah, I guess it looks like a self-hating thing on the outside. But I helped bring those bastards into this world, so now I gotta take them out. The burden falls on my shoulders, and I intend on seeing it through.
Also, the thing is like, it's not a self-hating thing. Like, those are monster. You are a human that has weird Fury abilities. You're like a crossbreed between a human and a monster. They're just fucking straight up monsters. I know they used to be human, but now they're just soulless eating machines. So, I'm just saying. They're like zombies. You're a vampire, they're zombies. But they just have nothing, like the quintessential zombies. Look, there's a house up on this hill. Does it look like a house? Is that a house? Is that a house? Is it? Things I notice. Anyway. He expressed conviction through unwavering confidence, and I beamed proudly behind him.
Understood. In that case, I shall refrain when you take the lead. Good luck. You'll need it. Be warned, however, the minute I catch you using your Fury powers will be your last.
Nagakura playfully dismissed Amagiri's suggestion, which was a comforting sign.
Keep wishing, man. It won't happen. But do as you see fit.
The exhaustion of constant travel was beginning to wear us thin, so we humbly asked the soldier to escort us to a room we could use as lodging. Isn't this like Hijikata's room from like the first game? Isn't that what it looks like? I mean, we had limited time to rest, however, and by the next morning had already departed for Yonezawa Castle. The whole thing. Remnants of overcast clouds were washed over with faint blue hues above us, and the time had finally come for us to confront Father and purge the country of Furies. Although he revealed to me that our relationship was not tethered by blood, as I'd always believed, my heart was fraught with turmoil upon considering the possibility of subduing him, whatever the cost. His crimes against our people and our friends, lest I forget, were unforgivable. I never anticipated what the Furies could become, and that Father would let it accelerate to this point. He selfishly sacrificed so many innocent people.
Huh. When you put it like that, it makes it sort of seem like the Shinsengumi was doing the same thing in Kyoto with our Furies, doesn't it? I know I'm the last person to talk, but goddamn if it doesn't make me seething thinking about the Furies.
Seethe thinking about the Furies. Okay.
What kind of power doesn't belong in this world? You'll see to it that every Fury is destroyed. And
Well, in the middle of speaking, Nagakura gulped as his eyes began to bulge in their sockets painfully. In an instant, his body began convulsing violently, followed by a change in color in his hair and eyes.
What the hell? Talk about timing, huh? My own body can't escape this goddamn Fury curse, huh?
Nagakura stuttered through shallow breaths, clawing at his throat with haggard fingers. Panting.
Sorry, Spacey. Give me a minute, would you?
But Nagakura! He stuck his hand outwards, halting my approach.
I don't want you to see how pathetic I am anymore.
What should I do? What should I do? What we always do. It's fine. You have nothing to hide from me. I want to see everything. Your flaws, your weaknesses, everything. And now's the perfect time to get romantic. Once more, I slid my short sword from out of its sheath and placed it against my collarbone as I broke the skin with a small incision. If you refuse to drink my blood, then you'll be in no condition to fight my father or the Furies. So please, show me everything. Nagakura slithered toward me nervously, tickling my ear with eager, staggered breaths. Show me your true self, Nagakura. If my blood is what gives you life, then I want you to sip me until the last drop.
Damn.
He lapsed momentarily in hesitation, but soon I felt the moist touch of his tongue flick against my cut. Yes, let my blood flow through you, and together we'll become one.
Damn, girl! Thank you. Give yourself to me. Damn. Damn!
I will.
Damn! The lines!
That got hot really fast. Only the taste of my blood could silence Nagakura and dull the pain terrorizing his entire body.
Give me yourself.
Yeah, okay. After his bloodlust seemed to calm, we resumed our arduous trek to Yonezawa, which unfortunately had been delayed until the middle of the night. We moved diligently through the forest, navigating through wayward, pine-filled branches until we could make out the castle town glowing in the distance. The undertaking involved in our task was becoming more concrete, and I could tell it unsettled Nagakura. He took a deep breath before speaking with a clear sense of discomfort in his voice.
Sorry, Spacey. People responsible for creating the Furies, the ones who brought them into our world, their crimes can't go unpunished, and things might get pretty messy down there.
If you're talking about Father, I'm ready for anything.
Really? Is it that easy for you?
It warmed my heart to hear Nagakura's words of concern for my well-being. I'm not sure. I know he made mention of the fact that, supposedly, I'm not his real daughter, but my only lasting impression of him is as a kind, loving father, so I finished my thought by saying, I'll defeat him. It felt strange being so resolute in my convictions. If it turns out that Father truly is the one to blame for all of these murders, then I'll defeat him myself. It was my father who created the Furies and set all of this chaos into motion. So, as his daughter, it's my task alone to undo the calamity he's invoked on our people.
It's like, damn, girl.
It's kind of funny because everyone else is like, I'll leave it to you. Oh, you trust me to kill your own father. And they're all like that. And she's like, fucking killing myself. And he's like, yeah, that's my girl. Kind of figures, though. It's Nagakura.
Actually, you don't have to do it alone. Putting yourself at risk just because you're related is too dangerous. When the time comes, you have my sword too.
Nagakura, is he gonna ever kiss her? I mean, I'm just saying, like, we're in chapter 4 and we haven't gotten that. It usually happens in chapter 3. Unless you're Harada, then it happened right the fuck off the bat and it was like, damn!
Well, let me put it this way. I'm just gonna grab him like this, punch him right in the kisser. I'll make his head spin so quick that he'll regret ever having thought of Furies in the first place. Man, what a riot. You know, I've always wanted to give your father a good beating.
Nagakura's cheerful levity brought a welcome smile to my face. Confronting my father was a growing inevitability. But hearing Nagakura make light of our circumstances so coolly was a charming gesture. For all of these years, my entire life really, I had regarded him as my flesh and blood, but he wasn't. Guess there really isn't anyone in the world that I could call family. I'm all alone out here after all. Oh, this is it. Here you go. My eyes dropped to the floor to suppress myself from crying, and Nagakura wrapped me in his arms like, I'll be your family.
Oh, damn.
I let myself melt into his bosom. I love that. Bosom. I know, but it just sounds weird when you use it on a man. Anyway, caressing it gently as his warmth soaked pleasantly into my cheek. Oh.
You know, even though he's not your actual dad, he was still something of a father figure to you. You're stronger than you think, having to deal with all of this. You don't have to pretend like it's easy. But don't forget, you always got my hand to hold, my shoulder to lean on.
He's like, I'm just gonna hold you and say all this, but it's like, you are so gonna fucking kiss her. That's the kiss, CG. The way he's like holding her leg. Could you imagine if he just pulled you that close and was like, "It's okay. I'm here for you, man." And you're like, "Are are you gonna kiss me? Like, what is going on?" Like, since our first acquaintance, Nagakura had made a point of showing how deeply he cared for me. Our hearts were inexplicably drawn together from the start. Say, didn't you used to say that I was like your little sister or something like that, Nagakura? Wow, Nagakura. You like to keep it in the family, huh?
No, it's not like that. We're, more intimate than that. You see, Spacey, I would like to have a, closer relationship with you, so to speak.
Huh? Like how we just stumbled over that. It's adorable.
Well, see, since the two of us are so close and all, I was hoping maybe a girl like you.
And as if hoping to convince me with the strength of his grip, Nagakura tightened his arms around me. It's cute.
So, I, would maybe like to be spouses? Is that what you call them?
Spouses?
I'd like to propose to you right now, but would that be moving too quick for you?
Yes, I would be honored to accept. That's fucking adorable. That is like the best proposal ever.
I want to be like spouses. Is that what you call them? I mean, is that moving too fast? Like, I don't know. And you're like,
no, it's okay. I'll marry you. Oh, it was great. Oh, I love it. I lifted my jaw upwards, coaxed by his entrancing stare. Aww. Then our lips were pressed softly together. Never had I been swept by such a romantic thrall. But here we basked in our love under the twilight. This was no mirage, no lonesome daydream. This was a kiss of intent, one that signified our eternal devotion to our love and each other. I felt safe in Nagakura's quivering mouth. What? Safe in his mouth? What? Cradled by his tender embrace as he pressed his hands against the small of my back. Nagakura and I, at long last, were uninhibited, free to let our hearts entwine in a moment of genuine bliss. Each moment I sunk deeper into his loving arms. With them, the embers of our affection kept me warm until morning. That's adorable. I just love how he's just leaning close, like, it's okay. I'll hold your hand. You got my shoulder to lean on. You're like an inch from kissing me, and I thought I was like your sister. Well, no, I just, will you marry me? I guess, maybe. I love how awkward and adorable that was, though. Oh, you're so awkward, you dumb lug. Dawn erased the pitch black covering the sky. Patterns of stars above a pure... Wait. Dawn erased the pitch black covering the sky. Patterns of stars above a purple patchwork dissolving into a shade of light blue by morning. That's a mouthful of... Like, I get what you're going with that, and there's pretty words that paint a nice picture, but Jesus, that was hard. Unbeknownst to the Fury Corps on their march to Yonezawa Castle, we sat idly, waiting for their arrival. While the castle guard was half asleep, they covertly planned a siege to flood the castle with Furies. It was just as Amagiri had predicted. Nagakura, they're here.
Yep, I'll handle it from here.
From the bushes behind which we were hiding, Nagakura leapt into the crowd of marching Furies. Much to our surprise, none of the Furies pounced reflexively to Nagakura's sudden intrusion. Instead, they opened a path for Father to emerge.
You again, Nagakura. Here to spoil the day, are you?
Father let out a lackadaisical sigh. This drew no ire from Nagakura, who shut his eyes before offering a calm response.
Hey, Kodo. Back when I first became a Fury, keeping myself in check was a constant struggle. I'm sure Sonnen and Haskade say the same thing. I'm willing to bet that the only way you can keep all these Furies from going absolutely insane is you'll have to stage little sprees like last night, in the castle town at the bottom of Yonezawa next. And soon, others will fall victim too, won't they? You know better than anyone that keeping Furies alive requires many lives for the price of one. So why don't we just end that vicious cycle right here, once and for all?
Father stroked his chin in amusement, sniggering as if Nagakura had shared a humorous antidote.
Your heedless advice is noted, but save your breath. It has no bearing on our circumstances. Have you finished this meaningless interruption?
All was as we feared. Father was unwilling to see reason, meaning we had no choice but to end his wicked ambition ourselves. Spacey runs up, stabs him in the back. There you go, right through the heart. Nagakura, perhaps realizing this fact as well, formed his lips into a frown.
You know, I wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt since we have some history and all, but guess it doesn't mean a damn thing. Looks like I'll have to beat some sense into you.
My ears popped from the hiss of screeching metal as Nagakura unsheathed his katana. As soon as his sword was unsheathed, the Furies aggressively swarmed Nagakura.
Out of the way, you bastards! My business is with Kodo.
Lest you forget you're a Fury just like them. Here's a delusion that inspires you to evade this comparison. Realize, boy, that you're slaughtering your kin.
Father's condescension echoed over the backdrop of Nagakura's frenetic skirmishing as the latter struck at each of his opponent's vital organs.
Nah, doing them a big favor by reminding them what death truly means. Time to send these sick bastards back to the grave where they belong.
As the Furies rushed Nagakura with hands extended to claw at him, he responded by slicing at their veins before thrusting his sword into their hearts. The most incredible thing about his adept display of swordsmanship was that he was in his human form.
My days as a Fury are long behind me. Without I never use those powers again. I am Shinpachi Nagakura.
Yeah, you are.
Nagakura barked as he maneuvered bravely into a crowd of Furies. I just love how they throw in a lot of them are like, "You dare defy me," and they like say their name, like they have to just spew their name. It's just great. Just love it. Like, they've been doing that on quite a few of the paths. It's pretty funny. Slashing wildly as their bodies hit the floor like plums dropping from a tree branch.
You jest if you believe yourself capable of killing every Fury, and myself without your powers.
Father's lips curled into a maniacal grin, drawing from his sleeve a handful of scalpels.
Yeah!
I don't really want to scream that really loud, sorry. With an agile flick of his blade, Nagakura smacked the scalpels from out of Father's hand. Father was aghast at having been disarmed so deftly. Nagakura smirked, flipping his sword in his hand to strike fiercely at Father with the blunt edge.
Gah! How do you possess such strength? Huh. Hold this. Behold, this is what the Shinto mutant style's all about. Witness what a real human can do. And don't you ever forget it.
Nagakura rolled the hilt of his sword coolly in his hand, biting his lip as he stared at it hesitantly.
Killing you with this would be unfair, huh? You see, Spacey's a one-of-a-kind lady, and the idea of having to kill you really tore her up. No matter how much of a slimy bastard you are, to her, you were her father.
Father's eyes shifted at me with a helpless expression.
You still see me as your father, don't you, child?
Always, Father.
Spacey!
Ah! I saw that sneaking up. I'm like, is that one of his guys sneaking up behind him? From out of the shadows leapt a Fury, seemingly on the cusp of death, who savagely attacked Father. Father! Father!
Hey, you monster! Stop! I said stop! Blood. I need blood.
Damn. With mangled, slashed faces, some of the Furies rose from the ground, droplets of blood dripping from their fresh, deep cuts along their tattered bodies.
Gah! Move! Move, goddammit you!
Nagakura attempted to swat the herd of Furies swarming towards Father, but it was futile. There were simply too many to handle. Damn. I didn't expect him to go out like that. In spite of this, Nagakura continued swinging, aiming the tip of his katana at each Fury's beating heart. By the time Nagakura slayed all of the Furies, however, Father had been totally massacred. Father... I was devastated to see his body so viciously mutilated. It kind of serves him right, though, I mean. You know. But in his last dying moments, he called me by my name. There was something tender about the way it fell from his mouth, and I was thrust into a bittersweet reverie. It was like I was a young girl again. a token of solace that I was unwilling to relent. As my mind swirled with forlorn thoughts, Amagiri appeared from out of nowhere.
So, this accounts for every last one of the Furies, doesn't it?
Whoopsie.
Well, they killed Kodo, so I think that's the end of it. Actually, there might be some more. There's still Furies with the Shinsengumi, but I just wiped out the last of the rotten bunch. You think yourself not as a Fury, is that correct?
Nagakura nodded with confidence, his eyes beaming.
Want to put this to the test? Come on, I'll let you see my abilities for yourself.
Amagiri grinned wryly, raising his fists in anticipation. The two of them had shared countless duels. Amagiri was certainly no stranger to combat, and had effortlessly subdued many warriors with only his bare hands. So, too, had he defeated Nagakura, who was considered the strongest warrior in the Shinsengumi. Twice. This time, Nagakura had access to fury powers. Tension was thick in the air, making me so nervous it felt like static brushed against my arms, and the two warriors readied their weapons silently. Yeah, Amagiri's weapons are his fists. It's pretty awesome. Each of them sized up the other before meeting eyes. Something in the back of my mind told me that this battle would be decided in only one strike. A fitting climax to their harrowing relationship.
Ha! Ooh!
Each man kicked at the ground, cracking the floor beneath their feet in an immense display of power. Like I had expected, their duel ended in a flash. By the time I blinked, Nagakura had his blade pressed against Amagiri's collarbone with a grin on his face. Amagiri, however, was barely within arm's length of Nagakura's abdomen.
Incredible. I thought the idea of you defeating me without the use of your fury powers to be absurd. You have proved yourself fit to protect Yukamura.
Nagakura smiled in a winsome fashion.
Believe me, I'm not done with using my fury powers. But I guess for as long as I'm a fury, can't really involve myself in human wars, can I? Yes, I believe that to be the case.
Nagakura gave a small nod in response. Amagiri rested his arms, letting them fall to his waist as he sauntered off without another word. I wondered if we would ever cross paths again. As his back shrank with each step, I bowed deeply in his direction. I glanced over at Nagakura, who sheathed his sword as he watched Amagiri disappear into the distance. You know what sucks is there's so many paths where we get told about, there's water in the Yukamura village that could probably, get rid of the thing and, fix shit and, he won't die. And, some paths we don't know, and it's so we're just waiting for them to die slowly. Like in Okita's path, it's well, he's not dead, but he is still dying. Slowly, just slower. Oh, fuck. You're he could have died right after. Are you going to be okay with giving up your position as a warrior for the foreseeable future?
It's not just the Satsuma Choshu in the Imperial Army now, whom I originally fought against. For those powerful people, war is just a means to an end. A rat race best left to old men. Shogunate took damn good care of me. But, as sad as it is for me to admit, it's true that they were starting to rot from within. Seems almost silly to think about how desperate we were to protect it. I wonder, though, what kind of world this new empire of Japan will forge for the future.
Fucking good one. Good snacks. Lots of great anime. Amazing voice acting. Romancey and Tobey games. I mean, magical things. Lots of magical things. Japan's living in 3018 over here, and we're what? Anyway.
I used to think the idea of getting old sucked, but now I realize it's not too bad. As long as it's with you.
Getting old does suck. When you're lonely and you have swear to God, your hips are broken. Anyway. Yes, wherever you go, I'll go. I mean, we are married now, after all. I gently grabbed a hold of Nagakura's hand. We're not actually married. I don't think him saying he wants to be spouses counts as married. Except, now he was Shinpachi to me. He gripped my hand tightly in return, and the two of us shared an indelible silence together. Is that how it worked? Back in the day, you were like, do you want to be my wife? Yeah, sweet, we're married. I'm guessing there was still some kind of, legalities to that, but... Aww. Oh, Booger, I'm sorry. I forgot to put your poopy pads down by the couch. Gonna end up pooping on my fucking carpet. Shit. Well, that was stupid of me. Can't do it now. I love the end music. It's so happy. So happy. We got the happy ending, but it just makes you feel even happier. Ah. I'm just letting you enjoy the things. Recording studio, noisy croak. They have the funniest names for shit. I still love that CG. That's the one we're probably gonna end this shit on, unless the one in the after chapter is really goddamn great and doesn't have her stupid face in it. But that one's still one of my favorites. That was weird. What just happened? Okay. It had a weird little tink.
Yeah, final chapter.
Happy ending. The year is 1872. Wow, we jumped. 3 years had passed since Shinpachi's fateful battle in Yonezawa, and he returned to his ancestral home in the Masumai domain. Wait. Oh, it was 1872. Okay, yeah, it was. It's actually more like 4 if it's 1872, because it was 1868, wasn't it? Maybe it had already turned into 1869. Anyway, whatever. Matsumai domain, a domain just southwest of Izo that was once a member of the Northern Alliance. The death of its feudal lord sent discord through the domain, which led to its eventual change of allegiance to the Imperial Army. Hakodate is located here. Hakodate, yeah. Punishments were being strictly doled by an affiliate of the shogunate who fought against the Imperial Army. In order to avoid imprisonment, Shinpachi rightfully fled to the Masumai domain where he was born. At first, Shinpachi had trouble settling into his familiar surroundings, having felt long since detached from his previous lifestyle when he became a warrior. Given the country's political climate, however, we were faced with no other choice. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh. Punishments were being strictly doled out by any affiliate of the shogunate who fought against. But, okay, by any affiliate of the shogunate who fought against the Imperial Army, were being doled out by them? Why? Okay, my brain is just not... That makes it more sound like we're doling out punishment to our own people as opposed to, like, to anyone who fought with the shogunate by the Imperial... You know what I mean? Again, like, because the Imperial Army won, obviously, right? You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, whatever. My brain can't wrap around that right now, so whatevs. The Shinsengumi waged war against the Imperial Army until the bitter end. Oh god, we're gonna get this. In the aftermath of the war, any member of the Shinsengumi was branded as a traitor, becoming wanted criminals in the eyes of the new government. Oh, I was unsurprised when my extensive involvement with the Shinsengumi meant that I was included in the list of wanted, and so Shinpachi moved us into hiding. Wow. Also included in the list of wanted. How do they even know? My arrival was met with commotion in Shinpachi's home. His unannounced return in tandem with the sudden declaration of our marriage was surely quite jarring, to say the least. But you didn't actually get married. I mean, I guess that's how it happened. I mean, I don't know. His family welcomed us with kind and open arms, giving us refuge until well after the war's aftermath, which was how we settled in the Masumai domain. That explains the thing you get at the end. The, the thingy that pops up here. The achievement? Yeah, you go. The trophy? Yeah. Our village was called Otaru, tucked into a relatively remote corner of the Izo region. Allegedly, the Imperial Army rarely visited here. Today, Shinpachi suggested that the two of us take a stroll to the riverbed situated in the center of Otaru, which I had recognized as a quaint sliver of water. Jesus, I can't read. CJ! Oh, oh! Oh my god, he's so adorable in this CG. I can't even. We took our stroll, and Shinpachi found a patch of tall grass beside the river, sitting down as he watched his reflection ripple in the cool, sunlit water. He looked at himself wistfully, like he had been staring directly into a distant memory. He looked so different without the little headband thing going on, right?
The riverbed here looks just like the one in Tamagawa. Takes me back to my days in Shei Hall. Kinda makes me think of all the friends we've lost.
We heard of Hijikata's passing at Hakodate. Oh, why did you have to remind me? Okita sadly succumbed to his tuberculosis in Edo. We heard that following the Battle of Aizu, Saito had gone missing in action. He's not actually dead, though. Heisuke and Sanin, too, passed away in Sendai. As for Harada, with whom Shinpachi had felt the closest kinship, he was killed in action during a battle with the Shogi Company in Ueno, just as we had feared. Hey, wait a minute! No! Game! No! That's not how it works! You don't get to kill people who actually lived! Like, you can kill Okita because he actually died. Like, it still hurts. And everybody else, but you don't get to kill Harada. Well, actually, maybe he didn't. I don't know. That's true. I don't know. I know Nagakura, based on the Wikipedia information, I don't know, lived for a while into his 70s, and I think, but so did Saito. So that's why he's missing. Because you don't know that he's dead, but we know that he's not dead because... So maybe Harada actually did die. I don't know. But it's just really kind of sad because in Saito's path, they both lived, and you were like, okay, no, Harada's fine, but he's not? I wasn't expecting that. The three of them were supposed to live at least, so we had something to hold on to. Why are you killing all my friends? Oh my god, I feel like a dinosaur. All my friends are dead. It's awful. Again, this is why the man harem route would have been so much better. Anyway.
They're all gone.
A fleeting expression wrapped around Shinpachi's face. He almost seemed keen on dropping into the river. Out of worry, I called out to him. Shinpachi, you're still here, aren't you? He turned his head upwards, breaking his own stare as he smiled warmly back at me. It was a smile I'd fallen in love with so easily. He is so ridiculously handsome in this CG. Like, wow. I don't know. Maybe it's the, like, die-hard bandana and, like, it's the 80s, like, bandana and, like, open-chested shirt thing that wasn't just appealing to me. But, like, this, I'm like, this guy's fine. Like, where's he been the whole time? Anyway.
Don't worry. I won't say goodbye until we're old as heck, Spacey.
Okay. Shinpachi wrapped his massive arms around me merrily. I leaned into his warm, soft skin, feeling my hair stand from the simple touch of his body. Shinpachi made a vow that he would never use his fury powers until the day he died. His will was unbreakable, except when it came to me and matters of the heart, and I knew he'd keep his promise. Although he hadn't cured himself entirely of his affliction, his mind and body were disciplined. I rested against him, thinking of the entire life that we had yet to spend together. We would live on, hearts beating ceaselessly. Our future was in our hands. I don't like the all our friends is dead, but god, that CG's beautiful. Wow, okay. So his chapter 4 was like way shorter than I thought it was going to be, so we technically could have wrapped up the last part a little bit sooner. I'm not going to start the bad endings right now. I know, because we're only at like 40 minutes.
Ma, I'm moving back in.
I saw that and I was like, oh my god, are we going to have to meet his mother? I guess so. I mean, I don't want to start all the bad endings right now. You know what I'm saying? I guess we could do the unrequited love ending, because that one usually takes a while. So why don't we do that? We'll do the unrequited love ending, and then when we come back in the next part... No, wait. No. We usually end. We get the happy ending. Everything is merry. Then we do the bad stuff. I don't want to traumatize you guys with doing, like, look, you had the happy, wonderful ending. Oh, it was beautiful, guys. Oh. And then we're going to go in and right off of the bat do the bad ones. I'm trying not to do that. I don't know if have we maintained that through the whole thing, or did we like fuck that up in Saito's route? Because sometimes it is like we do the last chapter because we don't have time, and like I know, but fuck it, I'm gonna traumatize you. We're gonna traumatize you because it's only 40 minutes, so we'll do one. We will do one bad ending. We are going to do the unrequited love ending, and then we'll just do the bad endings, the 4 bad endings and the CGs in the next part. So that part might be a little bit, so this part and that one will be a little bit short, I guess, but okay. So we want low romance and we need low corruption. All right, so we're just gonna do this, just the unrequited love ending, guys. Because that'll probably take about 10 minutes or so. Maybe 15. Because it usually takes about like 5 minutes at least to skip through the red text, so. I believe in you. I believe you're strong enough to overcome this. My feeble opinion was met with a troubled look from Nagakura, whose eyes had slunk away from me.
I'm not as strong as you think I am. Look, I appreciate you preparing me food and all, but I just need some space.
An unscalable wall was being built around Nagakura's heart, one that was proving impossible for me to topple. Perhaps he just needed a little more time. As he shuffled back to his bedroom, the rest of the porridge cooled, and I coiled my knees into my chest. Oh. Like, he's still pretty in the CGs. It's just, you know what it is? There's something about that he just really does. It's like, it's the wrap, the towel wrapped around the head, like, yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass. And it's like, I can't take you seriously. You're like a meathead dressed like that. And that's what it is. You can be the nicest, sweetest person, but that's just not, like, what I'm attracted to. So, like, even though he is one of the nicest, sweetest people, like, but, like, so that last CG with him, with, like, and you're like, now look at you. You're like a totally different person. Like, you're the same person, but you look like a totally one. Anyway. I was uncertain about whether or not I could get through to Father, which overwhelmed me. It was too much for one person to handle alone, so I'll leave him to you, Nagakura. Would that be okay with you? Nagakura nodded intently, giving me a sense of relief that he seemingly understood my position.
Okay, leave it to me. I'll figure something out.
So, we're probably gonna die. Oh! But this is the best fucking proposal ever. It's goddamn amazing. Okay, so. It only took a few minutes to skip through. Like, what, 2-3 minutes? This chapter was a little bit shorter. His is a little bit shorter, but then again, some of the guys, Nagakura, Yamazaki, Sana, are basically like third rate in the game. Like, they're like, eh. They don't love them as much. I don't give them as much, but anyway. Father's lips curled into a maniacal grin, drawing from his sleeve a handful of scalpels.
Far be it from me to shatter your confidence, despite the odds being unmercifully stacked against you.
What the hell? Of course I can.
How terribly unfortunate, Nagakura.
Take your judgment and shove it up your ass.
Nagakura quickly lunged his sword forwards, but Father had vanished in the blink of an eye.
Gotcha!
Without turning around, Nagakura pointed his blade behind him, exactly where Father had reappeared. As he materialized behind Nagakura, the sword was wedged into his chest, right above his heart.
You aren't a fury, yet you saw me coming.
Damn straight. Shows you what a human can really do.
Human, eh? Try as you might, fool, but you'll never be able to escape the Fury's blessing.
Hey, hell's going on here, old man?
Nagakora's expression suddenly went blank, and in the space of a second, he transformed into a fury. Oh no, Amagiri's gonna kill him. Without missing a beat, he collapsed to his knees, as if all of the energy in his body had been sapped. His sword rolled out of his hands onto the floor, and he began fervently clawing at his back.
What the?
Is that scalpel made of silver? Father had a few more tricks up his sleeve, returning Nagakora's aggressive attack by stabbing him in the back with a coated scalpel. Nagakora gazed melancholically at the scalpel in Father's hand.
I see. So there really is no turning back, is there? This'll be where it all ends.
His hands trembled slightly. Soon the tips of his fingers began turning to ash, not unlike the ends of burnt incenses. Oh. Nagakora! Despite grimacing through what appeared to be intense pain, Nagakora mustered a timid smile. Oh, no.
Spacey, thank you for everything.
Nagakora! I sprinted toward him, but I was too late. That was fast. Every inch of his body began disintegrating to ash, disappearing like dust into the air. Hey, at least Sonnen got to turn gray, like black and white, and then disappear. Sonnen took a long time to die, is all I'm saying. That's terrible. But it was tragic because you're like, no, oh my god, he's still alive, but he's slowly, and this is like, Nagakora! Oh, he's gone. After losing Nagakora, I fled from Yonezawa Castle, passing over the charred battlegrounds in Aizu, before returning to the town surrounding Edo Castle. I clung to the faint glimmer of hope that I would reunite with Harada and Edo, but the Shogi Company's expedition in Ueno proved fruitless, resulting in their annihilation, which made his whereabouts unknown. Dead. I'd only had one member of Nagakora to keep, one memento of Nagakora to keep. I hugged his sword as tightly as I would have hugged him, which may have been a desperate gesture, while visiting Masumai's domain's residence in Edo. Wait, what? Supposedly, this was the site of Nagakora's birth. I wished dearly to return his sword to his family. I wanted to tell them how kind-hearted and genial he was, how, together, we shared tears and laughter. There was only one thing that I was forgetting. Ah, yes. It was the vow I had made to him. Oh. Excuse me. I'm the wife of Shinpachi Nagakora. I screamed at the top of my lungs toward the entrance gate of the residence. Oh, okay, screaming. Waiting for a sign that they would take me at my word. Oh, that's so sad that she went up screaming, I'm his fucking wife! Oh.
We want to be spouses.
Okay. I accept, and now we're married. Oh, that's cute. I like that. There's there's nothing legal behind that though, so you can't do that in this day and age. You just really fucking can't. But oh. Anyway, so that was the the tragic love ending. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this part up here. What we'll do in the next part when we come back is we'll do the 4 bad endings, and then we'll read all this, then do all the CGs. So we'll have one more part in Nagakora's route, and then that'll be it. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.